As the flower most associated with hybrids, the orchid is also a symbol of our multicultural heritage. It is representative of the harmony among our ethnic communities, as well as with our many foreign visitors. I'm Qing Yu from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so day to day we handle the incoming and outgoing visits by heads of state and heads of government.
My name is Mark. I'm from the Singapore Botanic Gardens. I help to breed orchids for our orchid hybridization program and look after the National Orchid Garden.
Orchid naming is typically reserved for foreign leaders as a ceremonial element for their first state or official visit to Singapore or for events of national significance. We focus on the naming of orchids after heads of state, heads of government and royalty.
Over the past decades, the Singapore Botanic Garden has been working closely with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on this VIP, or Very Important People, orchid program, which is termed orchid diplomacy.
The orchid is most often associated with hybrids, which is the crossing of two parent plant species. So that itself represents the harmony across the different races and communities in Singapore and showcases our multicultural heritage.
The Singapore Botanic Gardens has been breeding orchids for more than 100 years, and we are known internationally for this work. The orchids we select for orchid diplomacy are unique, vigorous, and long-lasting in bloom. By naming and continuing to cultivate these new hybrids, we build a lasting legacy for these foreign dignitaries.
So it starts from the planning stages, where the team will meet regularly to discuss the arrangements required for the orchid naming ceremony. We are also responsible for reaching out to our foreign counterparts to get information such as what are the colour preferences of the foreign dignitary, and we relay that information to NParks for their choosing of the orchid hybrid.
We will then look at our collection and choose the best fit orchid based on flower colour, condition, and whether the hybrids have ancestry between both Singapore and the foreign country. Creating a new orchid hybrid takes about 7 years. First, we create a new crossing in the nursery by moving the pollen from one plant and inserting it on the stigmatic surface of another plant. Once it is ripe to harvest, the seed pod is brought to the orchid lab to be grown in flowers. This process of germinating orchid seeds in a laboratory setting is known as the Knudsen method and was introduced to the gardens in the 1920s by former director Richard Holtham. It is a key component of the orchid hybridization and growing process, as orchid seeds are notoriously difficult to germinate. After a few years, once these seedlings have grown up, they are brought back to the National Orchid Garden nursery to be grown into mature plants. Hi Qing Yu, I think we found the suitable orchid already, and it matches the profile of the foreign dignitary.
Okay, great! Remember to send us the photo, okay? To me, the collaboration is meaningful because it is about two agencies coming together, bringing along their respective expertise and specialties to showcase Singapore's unique orchid diplomacy.
Being able to serve a purpose and to help breed new and unique hybrids that help nation building and fostering bilateral ties with other countries is very meaningful for me. Once we have selected the orchid, we will then prepare an arrangement of this chosen orchid that will be presented to the foreign dignitary.
We are there on the ground, checking the setup for the ceremony, making sure that everything is ready for the arrival of the foreign leader. So all this requires coordination with NParks, the foreign embassy, our security agencies, as well as close communication within the team.
Our work doesn't end at the naming ceremony. Once the new hybrid has been named, we then take it back to our nurseries and lab to clone and propagate so that we always have some stock of this hybrid in our collection. We also showcase these orchids in the VIP Orchid Garden within the National Orchid Garden. So you can also see the VIP Orchid Garden as a symbol of a collection of friendships that Singapore has with foreign countries.
Orchid naming is a unique feature of Singapore's diplomacy that requires MFA and NParks to come together to make it happen. On one hand, it promotes goodwill with the foreign country. On the other hand, it showcases Singapore's excellence in orchid hybridization. I personally enjoy seeing the synergy between both agencies in achieving something that is significant to Singapore.